SimplySportsNerdRadio.com. Welcome once again to Simply Sports. My name is Andy Williams. November what is the date today? The 20th. Wow. November 20th. 12 days away from my birthday if you're scoring at home. I know you are. But we got a lot on the plate today, as we always do. Anywhere from the local to the national. We got poker, we got basketball, we got hockey, we got it all. If you want to come on live with me, 860-824-4200, 860-824-4200 is where you can get in this studio and talk to me live. So, about that weather out there too. Weather does not want to make up its mind. 1 minute it's 60 degrees, next minute it's 2 inches of snow. My advice to Mother Nature, make up your mind and make it quick. Okay, but again, I'm not a weatherman, I'm a sports guy. So, we start locally, of course, with Housatonic Athletics. Excuse me. Housatonic boys soccer team lost to Cromwell in the second round of the state tournament, losing 4-2. A great season by the Hoosie boys, ending their campaign at 8-9-1. So job well done to the Hoosie boys soccer team. The Hoosie girls lost to Old Lyme in the quarterfinals of the state tournament, losing in penalty kicks after a scoreless deadlock through regulation, overtime, double overtime, and then Old Lyme wins in penalty kicks 6-5. Once again, another great campaign for Housatonic girls soccer, and we will see them next year strong, just like they are every single year. MCW United football lost to Bullard Havens Tech 39-0. Their next game Saturday at Prince Tech, and then the finale at home Thanksgiving morning against ATI. So good luck to the Hoosie boys football team, the MCW United football team, and great season by all the other Housatonic athletics. CONCACAF League Nations, the U.S. men's national team beats Cuba 4-0. But once again, ladies and gentlemen, the same questions I have are the same questions that everybody has against all the other bigger teams. This is a young team. They're making a ton of mistakes. They are making a lot of penalties. They're giving the ball away at will. What is going to happen when they qualify or try to qualify for the World Cup in 2022? That is the million-dollar question. My answer to you is I have no idea, because I can't predict this team to save my life. 1 minute they're losing to Canada, the next minute, they could beat Spain. I couldn't tell you. And it's very frustrating for a U.S. national fan that we don't have that consistent play from our men's national team. We have that from the women's national team, but we can't have that from the men's national team. And that's what's angering, and that's what's frustrating. So now, of course, where do we go from here after the CONCACAF Nations League? Well, the next big tournament, to my knowledge, is the Gold Cup in the summer. Now, they're done for the year. They're done for 2019. We won't see them again until 2020. But there's a lot of things to fix. One of them being the head coach situation, the other being the player situation, and the third one being the consistent play situation. Because that all needs to get fixed, and that all needs to get fixed very, very quickly. In the NBA, excuse me, I'm not going to go on a rant today about the New York Knicks. I'm not going to do it. Because apparently the Knicks actually heard me. The Knicks have won 2 of their last 3 games. I know. Yeah, I know they beat the Mavericks in Kristaps Porzingis' return to the Garden, where he got booed mercilessly by the MSG crowd. Then they lose at the buzzer to Charlotte, and then they come back and beat the Cavs, who beat them by 25 points last weekend, and they turn around and they beat them by 25 a couple nights ago. What I don't understand is this. Why and how a team can lose by 25 to one team and then turn around 1 week later against that team and then win by 25 the next night. You can't flip 50 points in the NBA. I'm sorry, I don't care who you are. You could be the 1990s Chicago Bulls. You could be the Showtime LA Lakers. You're not one night spinning a team, losing by 25, and then coming back and then winning by 25. It doesn't happen. I'm sorry. But coming out of the Knicks-Mavericks game, also, was the notion, and one of the reporters stating, that Luka Doncic is going to be the next Larry Bird. Okay, settle down with that. There's only one Larry legend. And he wore number 33, he wore green, and he played in Boston. He doesn't wear 77 and play out of the great state of Texas. So cool it with the comparisons to Larry Bird. He's young. The Mavericks are probably not going to make the playoffs this year. Wait till Luka Doncic makes the playoffs and then come talk to me. Wait for Luka Doncic to win a championship and then come talk to me. Because Larry Bird has won multiple championships. Luka Doncic has barely got his feet wet in the league, and he's still wet behind the ears. So, LeBron James last night got yet another triple-double against a terrible team, the Thunder. 25, 11, and 10. His team is the best in the league right now. I believe they are 12 and 2. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. Oh, by the way, also, the magic of technology. The big screen, I have a big screen next to me on the right-hand side. And if you want to comment, I can see your comments now on Facebook. Yes, the magic of technology. So look over there. I can comment and I can see what you're commenting. So you're not going to get away with much anymore, kids. Anyway, back to LeBron James. LeBron James, everybody was saying, oh, it's time Time to anoint LeBron James as the best of all time. Okay, no. No. Now, I will admit that LeBron James, over the last 14 games, has been the best player in the league by far. He's averaged just about a triple-double a game. He's had 6 this year. So, he's only been, again, 14 games through the season. Yeah, he had all through April till now to get healthy. And yeah, he takes care of his body better than anybody. But don't anoint him as the greatest player of all time. Until he passes Michael Jordan in rings, then and only then can you put him past one Michael Jeffrey Jordan. He's not there yet. He's only got 3. He's still got to get 3 more just to match him. And he's going to be 35 years old. I don't know if he's going to get there. Stay tuned to that. The NHL. Yes, we do talk about hockey on this show. We do. Right now in the East, the Washington Capitals are running away with the Metropolitan Division. Boston leads the Atlantic. And also the New York Islanders are right up there in the hunt. The New York Rangers, look, they're a young team. A few people have come to me and said, yeah, the Rangers are going to make the playoffs. Okay, no, they're not. No, they're not. The New York Rangers are 2 to 3 years away from making the playoffs and being a factor in the playoffs. Now, they're on the right track by going young, but they got to get rid, I've said it before, I'll say it again, they have to get rid of the old brick behind the net with that huge salary that he has in Henrik Lundqvist and get him out. Either trade him or cut him. It has to happen. It needs to happen. And keep giving these young kids a chance to shine and a chance to succeed. Because if the Rangers organization continues to grasp at whatever veterans they have left, and they keep sucking the life out of the young kids, then they're going to fail. It's that simple. So, there is that. Out west, Edmonton and St. Louis rule the roost. The Vegas Golden Knights continue to lay in the weeds. I think they sit in the first wild card spot right now. But again, Marc-Andre Fleury looks absolutely dominant when he is on. You could make the argument that Marc-Andre Fleury is the best goaltender in the National Hockey League, along with Tuukka Rask, along with Brandon Holtby. You could make that argument. So, as we transfer out of, and as I check my phone real quick, we are going to transition to poker. Now, why am I transitioning to poker? Well, a good friend of mine is playing in the Borgata Fall Poker Championships. Borgata Fall Poker Open, excuse me. And he is playing in the $2,700 main event. His name is Joe Reddick, basically named as Chip Bully Black online. And he really has a fascinating story. And one day, and I hope Joe Reddick is listening to me right now, and I hope he watches this show, I would love to have you on as a guest and tell your story to everybody about your life in poker and your life outside of poker. Because it is a really fascinating one. And right now, with 56 players remaining, 2 spots before the money, he sits at about 500,000 chips. Also, right now in the tournament is main event bracelet winner Joe McKeon, sitting strong as well at about 400K. So good luck to Joe Reddick and also to Joe McKeon. Okay. I ignored it last week. I can't ignore it this week. Colin Kaepernick. He invites 32 teams, to come and watch his workout at the Atlanta Falcons practice facility. Everyone is there, everyone is ready. And then 30 minutes, literally 30 minutes before he is to step onto the field, in front of every team's scout and every team's player ability representative, he moves the workout to a public high school 60 miles down the road where only 8 teams can watch him. Okay. Let me explain something. Colin Kaepernick, yes, he has a great arm. Okay. Colin Kaepernick, I don't doubt that he still has the playing ability. I don't question that. But moving a workout where you are to show off in front of every single NFL team scout and moving that workout 60 miles down the road where only 8 followed you, that really said something. It went from good opportunity to blown opportunity. And then the whole media thing on what Colin Kaepernick said afterwards, saying that take a gamble on me, take a risk on me. Okay, let me explain something. This is not a political thing. This is not about kneeling for the national anthem. This is not about that at all. This is about football. This is about the ability to play. There's no doubt he can play. But when you do this and you stand up 24 teams and only 8 can go, and you hold it at a public high school where it is not, where you did not sign a waiver, you did not get permission by the superintendent, you did not get clearance by the high school and the county, that's a red flag. And then you pretty much protesting and proclaiming to the media that take a risk on me, take a gamble on me. We'll be here waiting. We'll play with any team. Saturday, Colin Kaepernick dug his own grave. And now he's got to sleep in it. After Saturday, Colin Kaepernick is not getting blackballed by the league. Colin Kaepernick got blackballed by Colin Kaepernick. All he had to do was be humbled by the opportunity. Instead, he took the other route. And he made it egotistical. And trust me, 32 teams in the NFL, they don't want to deal with the drama. They don't. And if the 32 teams in the NFL weren't sick of Colin Kaepernick now, they're definitely sick of him this time, after Saturday. So that's all I have to say about Colin Kaepernick. Moving on, college football. Another 4-1 campaign. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to make you money. I'm here to make you money against the spread. 4-1 last week, 37-23, 617 winning percentage. I'm on fire right now. We started slow, which was the tendency, but we're coming on strong, like we always do at the end of the year. So, my Power 5. Everybody knows I love Appalachian State. They are giving 29 points to good old Texas State University. I'm pretty sure that they're going to cover that pretty handily. Michigan, -10 to Indiana. Indiana's having a good season. And Indiana, that's one of those scary games in Bloomington. But it's gonna be close. But I do think Michigan will cover. They will cover by the 10 points that they're laying. I'm regrettably going to take the -10, but I think that they will cover. SMU, 25th ranked in the country, taking on Navy. How is Navy favored in this game? By 3.5. Southern Methodist getting no love whatsoever. And they're actually an underdog in this game. I'll be more than happy to take SMU with the 3.5. Give me the points with SMU. Boise State versus Utah State. Everybody knows I love me some Boise State. And they're only an 8-point favorite against Utah State on the road. Now, everybody knows to bet Boise State at home against a bad team, against the spread. But only giving 8 to Utah State, yeah, it smells a little bit, but I'm willing to take that risk. Give me Boise State laying the 8. And then the Battle of Texas. Texas traveling to Waco to take on Baylor. Baylor, after blowing an undefeated season to Oklahoma, they're blowing a huge lead. Now has to lick its wounds and is only a 5-point favorite to take on Texas. I'll be more than happy to lay the 5 to Texas and watch the Waco Warriors, the Baylor Bears, win by a couple touchdowns. So give me Baylor -5. No changes in the college football playoff poll, but Tua Tagovailoa out, dislocated hip, out for the season. Hopeful to be back for the spring, but now what? Do you leave college? Do you stay another year? My word to you, Tua, leave college. You went from the number 1 pick probably to a late round pick. You're going to get drafted in the first round. There's no doubt about that. But he should leave college, no doubt. Shouldn't even be a question. But now Alabama has to deal with Mac Jones as their starting quarterback, and they're going to reevaluate things. Okay, you can't really evaluate things against Western Carolina, but in the Iron Bowl against Auburn, that is going to be the big determinant. Because we know Alabama is not playing in the SEC championship. But if they beat Auburn, and they beat them convincingly, they've already had the losses from Baylor and now Minnesota. They could sneak their way into the back door if LSU beats Georgia in the SEC championship. And yes, the Pac-12 is also getting involved as well, because USC now is ranked 25. Well, how does that matter? Well, strength of schedule, Oregon beat USC, Utah didn't. If Oregon and USC play again in the Pac-12 championship and Oregon beats them handily, and say Georgia loses, you have to put Oregon over Alabama. So there's that. Finally, NFL, quickly. I went 11-3 this week. My uncle Skip Stupak pointed out to me that I missed a couple of wins, so I am now 101, 60-1, 62.4% winning percentage. Thank you very much. Quick blitz. Indianapolis traveling to Houston. Thursday night game tomorrow night. Houston, I believe, will win a very close game. Tampa Bay traveling to Atlanta. Atlanta's been playing good lately. Pick Atlanta here. Denver traveling to Buffalo. West Coast team traveling east. Need I say more? Buffalo wins that game. The Daniel Jones experiment, not going to go so well against this defense. Chicago wins handily. Miami traveling to Cleveland. Southern team traveling to cold weather. You know who I'm going to pick here. Cleveland wins that game. Carolina traveling to New Orleans. New Orleans wins here. Oakland traveling to the Jets. Remember what I said about the West Coast team traveling east? Doesn't apply here. Oakland wins handily. Seattle traveling to Philadelphia. I'm going to go against the grain here on this one. Russell Wilson is going to find a way yet again to pull a rabbit out of his hat and beat Philadelphia. Detroit traveling to Washington. Washington is in full tank mode right now. Detroit wins this game. Jacksonville versus Tennessee. Tennessee, I see winning that game. Dallas against New England. New England, Dallas, I got questions about both offenses, but I'm going to take New England at home. Green Bay versus San Francisco Sunday Night Football. I see Aaron Rodgers coming out with a huge game in prime time against San Francisco. Baltimore versus the Rams. Baltimore, Lamar Jackson's MVP reign continues. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning in to Simply Sports. Watch the rebroadcast 7 o'clock and 11 o'clock on CATV6. I'm on YouTube as well. Don't forget. And for Michael Flint, Marshall Miles, Brian Oler, thank you for tuning in. And 1, 4, 3.